Hello, everyone. This is part 4 of my Shelf by Shelf challenge, and these are the books that I pulled off my shelf last week. And I've had a chance to go through most of these books and try at least a chapter. And I'm going to let you know what I think and which books I absolutely love, which books I'm close to getting finished, and which books are probably going to get unhauled because I really can't read any more of them. So one of the first books I picked up was Geek Love, and I was actually really confused when I read the synopsis of this book, but I really enjoyed it. I read the first chapter. I actually didn't go past the first chapter. It was a very solid read. It's about this family of circus folk, and they literally breed children who have physical deformities. And the husband has the wife take drugs so that the children will be born either as conjoined twins or have gills. And I think the main character is a hunchback dwarf. So, and this is considered good. This is considered exactly what they want. And so they're raising this family of kids with deformities as part of a as part of a circus life. So I'm actually really interested to see where this book goes. The main character is it tells a story very well, so I'm enjoying this one. I'm also about halfway done with Soro and Bliss. Don't let this cover fool you. This is not a light chick lit. This is a pretty heavy book about a woman who has a breakdown. So I think she has a breakdown. I think that's what happened. And then her husband leaves her, and then she kind of starts telling her story of how she got to where she is. And it's a very compelling, very fascinating, engaging story. I would say, like, I'm probably going to finish this book in the next couple of days. I'm really into it. It's very well written. It's a very interesting, fascinating story, and there's all kinds of interesting elements of childhood trauma, which I find fascinating. And it just reads really, really well. Excellent writing, fascinating characters. Definitely a great book. I'm also a couple chapters into Snow Falling on Cedars. I'm really enjoying this book as well. I actually kind of started with the books I'm enjoying the most first. Those were at the top. And this is a murder mystery in the small town right after World War II, where the town is still very suspicious of Japanese Americans, and there's a death in the community, and they accuse a Japanese man who lives there of committing the murder. And the book is going through the trial and also talking about the various characters involved and their relationship to the accused and his wife. And it's interesting. It's definitely engaging. It's well written and it's very interesting and engaging. So this is another one that I'm going to continue on and read all the way through. Also enjoying Richard Ford's Independence Day. This book is also very well written, very engaging, and a lot of it so far in the first couple chapters has to do with this man's relationship with his son, who's, I believe, 15, and he's having a lot of problems. And he's trying to be a good father to him despite the fact that he's divorced from his mother. And I'm really feeling this one as well. So this is good. Frankenstein and Baghdad. I only got about a chapter in, but it was very well written. I want to continue with this one as well. So far, the first chapter is really just about an old lady. But I believe the story gets really crazy, and there's like sci-fi, fantasy elements, horror, things like that, but also commentary on the Middle East. So I'm excited to read this one. I got about a chapter into The Great Believers. It was a pretty long chapter. So far, it's just about the year 1985, where there's a small community of gay men, and they are dealing with the death of their friend from AIDS. And not much really happens in the first chapter. It's just this friend's wake, and they're kind of dealing with the rejection of the kind of a homophobic community that they're in, and kind of their own rejection from it. And I think the next chapter that I haven't got to yet jumps to the year 2015. So we'll see where it goes. So far, it's interesting enough. So I'm going to keep going with that one. And then Captain Corelli's Mandolin. How far am I in? Again, about a chapter. It was a good chapter. Yeah, it was a good chapter, so I'm going to keep going with this one. I'm going to talk about the books that I haven't really enjoyed. I'm actually almost done with women, by Chloe Cadwell, and I'm really not feeling it. I mean, maybe I'm going to finish it because it's so short. But to me, it just feels kind of immature. It's these two women who start an affair. And I don't know, I'm not really feeling much connection, or I'm not really feeling like they're, they just feel like they're really immature about their relationship. And I'm not sure where it's going to go. Maybe it'll have a really satisfying ending. But yeah, I don't know about this one. We'll see. Another book I'm really not feeling is The Brothers K. This book has absolutely phenomenal reviews, like a solid 4 on Goodreads. But I just can't seem to care about any of the characters, and this book is so heavy on baseball. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up unhauling this one pretty soon. I don't know. I can't seem to be excited about this one. Same thing with The Sea. I might as well just give up on this. I read almost all of this last year, and then I DNF'd like the last third. I think I should just cut my losses and trust my how I felt about this book last year and just let it go. There's really no compelling story in this book at all. The writing is beautiful, but I'm just not feeling it. The Stone Diaries. I've been struggling through the first chapter now for the last week. I try to read a little bit at a time. The problem I'm having with it is just it's kind of gross. There's a lot of it's very descriptive writing, and I feel kind of sick from some of the descriptions. It's taking a really long time. Everything takes such a long time. I don't know if I am going to finish this book. I know it won the Pulitzer Prize. I know everybody loves this book. I just don't know if I'm engaged enough to continue with this one. It's kind of similar to another really popular book that I have in the stack as well. That's also kind of making me sick. And that book is, I'll just jump right ahead to it. Shiggy Bane, the first chapter just kind of made me sick as well. Just the descriptive writing. It's just too much sometimes. Too much information. I don't know, maybe I'm in a queasy point in my life, but I'm not enjoying that. I mean, this book starts out with a guy getting a pea like extracted from his ear, and I was like totally into it. I was like, yeah, this is great. I love this. But then I don't know. These ones are just not doing it for me. So I don't know if I'm squeamish or I don't know. I can't figure it out. I'm just not enjoying those books. I've also decided to cut ties with Times Arrow. I read the reviews again, and most people say it's really just the gimmick of the book told backwards. There's not much to it other than that. This book I started reading, The Sound of the Mountain, and this is a Nobel Prize winning author. And this book is just so misogynistic. I just can't get into it. I don't know. I'm just kind of rolling my eyes a lot. I think I'm just going to let this one go as well. A Lesson Before Dying. I read the first chapter. It was good, but I think it's just going to be really depressing because I went ahead and read the synopsis and I reread the reviews, and people say this book is just so depressing. It tells a story of a man who's wrongfully accused, and I think it's just going to go downhill. It's going to be so depressing. He's going to get the death penalty for something he didn't do, and I don't know. I don't know. I just don't want to go through this experience. I don't want to read something overly depressing. Sophies World, I tried to start reading this book again, but the writing is just so childlike. I think this is a kid's book, and for like a really simple kid's book, and I just cannot read it. I can't read any more of this. I'm just going to let it go. I'm just not enjoying it at all. And then, and yeah, this one mostly it's just about this little girl, and I mean, I feel like it's written for a little girl. I don't know. I just can't do it. And then finally, Last Chronicle of Baret. This book has incredible reviews, but this is the last book in the series, and it's like 900 pages. And I think it's for people who are really into this author already, who have finally got to the last book in the series, who of course love it. And I don't think it's for everyone. And I don't think it's for me. I think people are saying it's like a Charles Dickens writing style, which I've never really been able to get into Charles Dickens. I think if I ever do want to get into Anthony Trollope, I don't think it's going to be with this book. It's probably going to be with something else. I I don't think I could just get thrown into this massive brick at the very end of a series and enjoy it. So I'm going to let this one go as well. I did get out of a free library box, so I don't know if this author makes it back into my reading, into my TBR. It might happen, very likely, but at this point, I'm just going to let that one go. Some of these books I haven't really done much with. I did start James Baldwin again. I do want to make sure that I read this book slowly because there's a lot to it that's really fascinating. So this is more of a study book that I need to be careful with. Same thing with The Captive Mind. This is complicated. Need to make sure that I don't get through this one too fast and miss the meaning. So I want to focus a little more on this one. And same with The King's Men. I got the Cliff Notes, and I'm kind of reading it with the Cliff Notes to make sure I don't miss anything. This is a pretty complicated book. The Stationery Shop, I just kind of skimmed the first chapter. I was kind of hoping for the audiobook for this one. This book is just such bad quality. The pages I almost feel like it's made of newsprint. They're so thin. I don't know. Very disappointed with how beautiful the cover is and how bad the paper is inside. But yeah, I haven't really. I read the first chapter. It was well written. It's a love story, so I think I'm gonna like it. So I'm probably gonna just put this one aside and wait a little bit until I want to start it. Master and the Commander. This book is cute. It's a cute writing style. It's a fun, sweet main character. So I kind of like it. Kind of reminds me of The K Mutiny, where the main character is really endearing. I think it's kind of a similar situation. So I think I'm going to like this one. So far, it's just this fun guy, and he finds out he's going to be getting this ship that he's going to lead the expedition on. So probably going to keep going on that. Did read a little bit of Gorki Park. Didn't really get that much into it. Again, this is a detective mystery that's set in Russia, and I'm not sure how accurate it is. I think this is during the 80s, so haven't really got into this one too much. Not sure if I'm going to like this one. I'm going to wait and see on that one. Shadow of the Wind. I read the first chapter. No, actually, what did I read? I read like the prologue. And it was interesting enough. It's kind of, there's like this magical bookstore where books go after people have forgotten them, I think. And these secret book people are there to guard those books. It's a bit childish, but I could end up liking it. We'll see. I think I need to give this one more time. 13th Tale, I have not gotten very far. I have not gotten into this one at all, actually. In fact, like I mentioned in the last video, I keep getting confused about what the 13th Tale is and what the Shadow of the Wind. The books seem very similar to me, even though I'm sure they're not. I just haven't started really reading either of them. But yeah, I have not made any progress on this one, so I don't even know what it's about. And I also have not made any progress on the Dictionary of the Khazars, which for some reason I am afraid of. I don't know why I'm afraid of. I really just need to dive into this one. I think because it's written almost like a dictionary or like a textbook. I don't know why. Anyway, I need more time on this one, so I haven't decided yet. So these books, I'm still kind of making my mind up on. These books, I think I've generally decided I'm gonna unhaul. And then these books I'm really enjoying. So yeah, this has been a really, really fun experience, and it's really helping me like move the books off my shelf, because some books I've purchased very recently, and then other books have been sitting on my shelf for years, and I don't know why I'm picking them up, and I keep making excuses for them and myself, and it's time to just go shelf by shelf and figure out what I have and whether it still needs to be on my shelf, because I do buy a lot of books, and unless I really move the books fast, I'm not going to have any room soon. Anyway, thank you for watching.